I don't want to cut you off.
That's okay.
But there's somebody waiting who needs to talk to us, and he just won a game. So we're gonna step aside from Tim and welcome into the show the head coach of the Nuggets, Michael Malone. It's good to have you on. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's a surreal moment. First Western Conference championship in Nuggets history, and I could not be more proud to represent the Nuggets. Great players on our team, high character, and this is for all of our fans back in Denver. And we're not satisfied. I think that's one message that's coming out of our locker room right now. There wasn't a big celebration back there. We understand that we're heading to the NBA Finals, and we have 4 more games to try to win.
We've heard that messaging from you since game 1 of this series. It's been a bit of a countdown, and now we've heard you say now it's 4 more wins. How have you gotten this group of players to buy into that mentality?
Well, it started back in September and October. We went to San Diego for training camp, and our goal this year wasn't just to win the Western Conference championship. Our goal was to win the first finals championship in Nuggets history, and something that we talked about all season long. Middle of December, we wound up taking over first place in the West, held on throughout, and I think the Minnesota series, the Phoenix series, and now this Western Conference Finals against the Lakers, first sweep in Nuggets history as well. Our guys have believed along the whole journey that we've been on. But as I mentioned, our players are hungry. They're not satisfied, and they understand whether it's Miami or Boston, we have much more work to do.
Coach, we've all known for a while now how great Nikola Jokic is. Jamal Murray now healthy. We know what he was capable of. He's back to that level. Talk about the acquisitions that you have made here over the last couple of years to round out this team when you bring in an Aaron Gordon and a KCP and a Bruce Brown this year who was vital to your team. Just talk about that process and what you guys needed and the way you addressed it by rounding out this team and adding those players.
Well, I think it's a really important point. Nobody can win a championship by themselves, and we understand how great Nikola is, a 2-time MVP, averaging a triple-double in these playoffs after 3 rounds, which is just insane. We know about Jamal's resurgence coming back from the ACL injury, but, Michael Porter coming back from an injury, just as important. And you mentioned the acquisition of a KCP. You mentioned the free agent signing of a Bruce Brown. You got to give a lot of credit to our front office. Calvin Booth took over for Tim Conley. I've had the pleasure and to work with tremendous front office people who have made sure we added the right players to the puzzle. And it's not just about talent. Talent is a given in this business. It's all about character and identifying guys that are going to buy into our system. Our best player is completely selfless, a huge part of our culture, and we have a lot of guys stepping up. This is not just on one player.
And, Coach, I want to quickly ask you about that best player, that selfless player, as you call it. This is a scary proposition for the rest of the league, but makes Denver fans giddy everywhere. At 28 years old, a triple-double machine, how much better can Nikola Jokic be?
Well, you know what? He challenges himself to get better every offseason. Like all the great players in the past. He never wants to come back as the same player. His IQ is off the charts. His greatest skill is to make everyone around him better. He steps up in big moments. He's a clutch player. But what I see, the main areas that he continues to grow in is his leadership and his voice. And when he takes over a huddle or he speaks up in a locker room or a film session, the impact is just tremendous on our entire group. And that's the area where I think Nikola's grown the most, getting comfortable with his voice and the leadership role that he has to have with this team because everybody listens to him, everybody loves him, and everybody respects him.
I know you're a student of history, your father's long career in the NBA. I know you know this is before your time. Carmelo Anthony retired today from the Nuggets wearing number 15, but I think it's safe to say the guy that's donning number 15 now is burnishing his legend in a way no one could have expected. 9 days off. Enjoy it tonight. We'll see you June 1 for the NBA Finals for the first time in Nuggets history. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.